my name is Eugene. I'm the Managing Director of Savannah Technologies from Savannah, Jurong. And before I begin, I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me to speak on this topic of optimizing buildings with IoT analytics. Before I begin, I'd like to introduce you the star, right? Because when you have IoT analytics or IoT sensors and you have analytics, you need something in between. And the star of today is this platform called 24K that we have. 24K, she is a common data environment that's able to ingest information, digital twins for visualization, has user centricity on it. It has the ability to integrate with any sort of sensor, and later I can briefly explain to you what sort of sensors we have. And then with that, we can then have data that can go to the data science or as a service, and then linked up to any CMMS or centralized incident management system for facilities management and asset management. So it's important to have a good common data environment, and 24K is what Savannah Jurong has invested in. And this is just to give you a big overview, right, on how if you have a 24K platform for buildings or systems, you may have this, you may have systems that are not linked together, information that's not linked together. We come in to put this system on top, and everything from gas, fire, lifts, aircon, GBIC sensors can all come together, and the data comes into this platform, and we'll be able to analyze it, give optimization and so on and so forth. Some say that our 24K is IBMS. It's correct, it can be an IBMS, but we like to think as ourselves as an enabler. So if buildings do not have BMS systems, for example, we can become the BMS. 24K herself can be the BMS. So I'd like to approach this seminar in two forms. One is Greenfield, and the other one is, as you correctly have guessed, Brownfield. So for Greenfield development, where it's brand new and everything it's on BIM models, it's easy for you to design. Again, that's just easy for you to design. Whether when you can think of an integrated IoT platform, you can look at data from computer visioning, from drones or robots. You can look at how fast information is flowing through with 5G, IoT systems, whether is it from lampposts or whether is it from systems built within systems itself, all can come on the platform itself. So this is just an example of a building that we have. It's our campus. We were looking at super low energy buildings, so we are at 40%, right? So how can we bring it even better? So we actually look at sensors, right? And with sensors, we are able to bring up to 44%. So 44% energy saving, and of course, these are the accolades you can see in terms of reduction on what we have put up to BCA. And sensors, IoT sensors are the main star of this, of how we can achieve this 4% more. So let me show you what actually we did. So we started to look at what systems we can actually put in, like PV cells, greenery, smart toilets. But what does it all really mean, right? What does it mean by a smart toilet? So we decided to say that, okay, if we have things like the underfloor aircon ducting system, how can we put our sensors inside to know how we can control this system? If we have the indoor quality, okay, we do have the BMS system, but how can we ensure that plug loads, for example, are taken care of? How can we ensure that lightings are performing much better? So this is just an example. Excuse me. This is just an example of our system within our campus itself. If you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, if I can just use my mouse, and you can see this little hair that's coming out. Those are our sensors. And these sensors are helping us to control the vents or the louvers in terms of the air condition being supplied within a space itself. Again, as I use my mouse, you see that the sensors here. These sensors are actually helping in terms of knowing what's the temperature within a space itself. So all these work in tandem on our platform 24K to help us to manage the system and area. IoT sensors again, air quality, wetness sensors, feedback. You notice it's only in the male toilets we have this, yeah. But paper towels, and the whole reason, and one thing I didn't put inside here is also ammonia sensors. We are able to then make sure that we can have this smart toilet brought to our campus. We're actually looking at 5 to 10% in terms of efficiency, in terms of manpower in that case. But now, if we have and our campus is about 70,000 meters square GFA. All this is actually coming into the IOC, Integrated Operations Center, where again, because it's greenfield, we'll be able to replan all these and put all these sensors in. We are then able to run our analytics and do our predictive maintenance. But if we can just bear a thought on this ICC, because for clients that are green or brownfield, that means their buildings are already built. We have a solution that we are moving to the market now, where we are putting sensors into these buildings. All this data, then this IoT data is sucked into an integrated command center that we are building in our campus, where we'll be able to do the same as what we are doing in our campus in the IOC, but for buildings of our clients. It's not just one tool. We are targeting tens and tens of 20s of buildings that we can help in terms of running on top of existing systems, integrating systems together so that we can look at maintenance management. So that is a good segue to Brownfield, whereby we are looking at again how we can bring IoT sensors into Brownfield. And I feel that IoT, Internet of Things, is one of the key things that we can bring to Brownfields. And one of the partners we are working with is Univis, and we are now they have put in about 3,000 over sensors in Temasek Poly. Again, all this is running on a platform, Omni, which is on our 24K, and able to do all these analytics. Now, imagine we're only just talking about buildings and campuses. What if I can say that a nation of sensors can be put onto the platform? So this is just an example of how we are looking at sensors. We have about 26,000 sensors in lifts, CCTVs, and so on and so forth. And all these are bringing in feedback into our system, where we are able to manage and see and optimize the performance of these assets that are in in town councils, in townships, and so on and so forth, whether it's in Singapore or overseas. And this is just an example because we have to eat our own dinner, whereby we have put in more than 120 sensor points in this meeting room at Collaboration Hub at Bukit Timah, whereby we are looking at ensuring that we can monitor all our data, we use our energy, and so on and so forth. And so far, we have been able to cut about 5 to 6% of energy use, because we'll be able to know if someone's in the room, we can switch off the lights, when the meetings are due to start, when the aircon is on, and how many people are in the room, so that we can set the temperatures. So this is just goes to show that, in fact, the opportunity is a lot more for Brownfield, and the excitement is a lot more for Brownfield projects out there for IoT. Now, this is real. By the way, the red is real. It is not mechatronic. All right. We had red problems within our campus. Sorry, our Bukit Merah Collaboration Hub itself. We use sensors. I think Winston will like it. We use red sense to put sensors, and we could actually pinpoint where the red would run, where they would stop, and also we are creatures of habits, and we could actually put the rat traps, and in 3 days we caught 3 rats. We never had a problem again, because I think they said don't disturb SJ. You know, they have actually lost a lot of family members. They went somewhere else to disturb. But this comes to show that with IoT, with analytics on a platform, and of course with experience used by facilities management, so that this was run by SMM, we are able to then direct analytics to tackle problems. In this case, it's red. Just to show you again, real red, red glue, caught the guy, right? And so Mickey Mouse is actually normal. We are using this on trees now, on sensors on plants, to detect things like root rot, whether the tree is still alive or not. And also that it prevents the trees from actually toppling over. And again, as a Japanese client using this, it's coming back with quite interesting information. Now looking for opportunities to really deploy this a lot more in like for example with end parks and so on and so forth. So I did say that once you have all these IoT sensors, well, we have our 24K software, but someone needs to use it. Someone needs to take this information up, and then after that, optimize it, analyze it, and then optimize it. So we have a system called Omni for facilities management, and this facilities management tool incorporates BIM, building information modeling, with their own CMMS inside, with IoT and security. Can you imagine the power of these all coming together as one with data analytics? So we developed this own tool, and very proud that it's been not only used in our campus but in other projects as well. And I think this Temasek Poly will be also using this in a couple of months' time. Now I did mention about analytics. We have our sensors in our list. In our 26,000 lists in Singapore. Now, we are able to collect how this list actually behaves. We are able to collect the faults. We have another sensor point, the TMS, to detect the fault. And then we have the complaints and feedbacks by residents. Now, cross-reference all these. I'll be able to now do predictive management and maintenance of this list. And we've come down to an art to say that even within 1 month, something has gone wrong. We know that your lift will have issues. Please get it fixed. So can you imagine you're rushing it to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and your lift breaks down? I don't think you'll be very happy. But if we know that something has happened to the lift, we get it repaired on the weekend, it's much better. And in terms of the social equity is even better. So much so that now we have even people asking from China, people asking from the UK, in Indonesia, asking whether can we put our lift systems into it, and we are about to close a deal in the UK on this as well. So if you recall, I did say about feedback. Although people are not IoTs, but to me they are also they are the best feedback, right? And with the feedback they put into their app, they will be able to send us information. So these are just some examples on the feedback in toilets in CAG that we have, the e-inspection, plus our own app in our campus. Again, cross-reference that to the IoT sensors that we have in the campus or in any building. Cross-reference that to all the asset sensors that we have, how powerful that is. So in SJ, we are Sabana Technologies in SJ, we are bringing all these things together. And with mind, with man and machine, that means the knowledge, know-how, the domain expertise, the process, and getting technology and sensors and platforms together, we're then able to make a change in the lives of the people that are working in. And that's our tagline, right? Building cities, shaping lives. And this is, so once this is actually put out and across a nation, for example, Singapore or a township, or even your tenants, this is going to be a powerful tool. So do not only just concentrate on IoT itself, because feedback and IoT is going to be very, very powerful. So coming to the end of my talk, basically with a platform, we are able to connect all the different IoT sensors that we have. And later I will show you the different types that we have actually formed bridges already. Whether it's a visitor management system, workspace, FMs, integrated estate management system, or security, we'll be able to tie all these things together. And most importantly, with these sensors, now what type of sensors? You can see that it can be CO2, lighting level, water leakage, relative humidity, VOC, looking at optimized levels for oxygen, pest infestations, looking at ventilations, looking at carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, flood, LMPDs, viruses, motion detection, and even people counting. We can actually bring all these together on a singular platform. And with that, with the different knowledge that we have and experiences, we'll be able to put all these things together, and put an algorithm on top of it, match it with our CMMS, and then give the benefits, a benefit back to our clients. So this will be my last slide, and basically, my last point is, with all these IoT sensors, with platforms, with what we are trying to do to data that we're going to collect. I think that there are probably two fundamentals which I like to emphasize on, which they're just a code that I also live by, which is part of the framework of ISO 37100. One has to impact the quality of lives of the people that we are working with, whether it's in the office, whether it's in the nation. And so my team and I, we are very passionate working with the town councils, working with IHLs, because the impact of lives are it's great, right? It's great. And second part is sustainability and resilience. It's very important that when you build smart cities, there must be an element of sustainability inside, and whether it's carbon, whether is it on reduction of carbon, for example, whether is it on health and safety as well, in terms of carbon monoxide and VOC. All these must actually come together. Resilience is to start looking at things like flood, for example, flood monitors, things like rising water level, storm surge, whereby if you have heavy rains, high tides, strong winds, all coming together, how are these sensors going to function, and how are these sensors going to be telling us what are the next things to do? So that's where the platform comes in. That's why I'm saying that whatever we do, we must ensure that we must have sustainability and resilience in our development, all underpinned by digital and technology. So that's all I'd like to share. And once again, thank you for my invite. Apologies, I'm not feeling too good today. Actually, I'm down with a bit of COVID, but I'm very happy to share. And thanks to Zoom, I'm able to share this with everybody. And I'd like to wish everybody stay safe and God bless. Thank you very much.